everybody. Welcome back to My Hips Don't Lie with Debora Utley. We are on day 5 of my recovery from my hip surgery. And today, if I'm being honest, today's probably been the roughest day as far as mentally. I really haven't been in very much pain up until today. Day 3 wasn't awesome. Yesterday was pretty good, and I think I kind of overdid it a little bit. And so today I decided that I was going to start to wean myself off of the heavy painkillers, the Norco, and kind of start to kind of get that out of my system. And I also was kind of starting to think that I wasn't really feeling much pain, so I think I was kind of overdoing it a little bit and being a little riskier with my moving around and all of that. So I decided to go with very little pain medication today. And so it's now about 7 o'clock on Sunday night, and it's kind of starting to hit a little bit. I'm about halfway through my 3rd hour on my CPM machine, and it's kind of starting to burn a little bit, but nothing that, I can't manage. And to be honest, certainly less pain than I was in pre-surgery. So I'll take it. But today was just a little mentally rough. So I decided I was going to kind of stay in the present and talk about my present state today. And I'll go back into the past soon and continue from where I was talking to you about yesterday. But I'm starting to get a little, this room, the yellow room, I'm starting to feel very tired of it, very weary of being in this room, and also almost a strange comfort when I leave it and come back to it. I spent a few hours downstairs out of the isolation of this room to watch the Bears-Packers game with my husband and our daughter, and then was kind of ready to come back up here because I knew I had to do more of my therapy, but kind of dreading coming back up here. I've really been in this room the majority of my life since I came home sick with COVID on November 5th. So I thought I would talk to you a little bit about that and that experience. I'm only because it's kind of hitting me a little bit today with, I think, a symptom that has kind of stayed with me since I've gotten over all of my other symptoms and tested negative. I am fairly certain I had a very mild case of COVID. And it's even, I feel weird talking about it, that knowing that so many people out there have perished, and so many people have been so much sicker than I was. COVID only took me out for about 2.5 weeks. It was fairly miserable, but certainly tolerable, and like I said, very mild compared to so many people out there. On November 5th, I went to school, felt great. It was a Thursday, and kind of mid-morning maybe, I started to just get very fuzzy, very foggy. I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't really bring myself to do my job, to work, to do the mental things that I needed to do for my job. And by the time I'd finished my last class at 3:25, I had started to get achy, coughing. I had some digestional distress, and I knew that I needed to go home. I'm supposed to have a rehearsal that night, and our in-person rehearsals for my choir program had become one of the major things that I looked forward to as an educator this year. That we were allowed to get together in small groups, wear our masks, and sing was everything. And so I was, of course, looking forward to that rehearsal, but I knew that I did not feel good. So I called my admin and I was like, hey, what happens if I go home sick today? And he's like, okay, what are your symptoms? And so I told him, and he goes, okay, so those are COVID symptoms, and your 10 to 14 day quarantine will begin today. So you need to go get tested. So I was able to get tested the next day, and my positive came back that Sunday. So I have not taught from school, or I've been teaching remote from my home ever since. And since no one else in my house tested positive, I had to isolate up here in the yellow room. I was, like I said, foggy, couldn't concentrate. I had a headache like I'd never had before, and I would say that was probably the worst symptom. I never lost my taste or smell. I never had a fever. I had, like I said, digestional issues. Is digestional a word? I had, over the next few days, my lung capacity decreased fairly rapidly. I am fairly fit. I work out every day, and I could barely walk a mile without being extremely winded. And it took about 2.5 weeks right before Thanksgiving for that to kind of dissipate and finally go away. The fatigue hung on for a while. And what I've noticed, and it really kind of hit today, as we go back to school tomorrow, we have an in-service, so I intend on attending that remotely and participating in those virtual meetings. But I've taken the rest of the week off to continue to recuperate and recover. I'm really not. I can't really sit for a very long period of time, so I'm not going to teach remotely this week. I did take some sick days this week to recover, and I hope to start teaching remotely on the 11th. Our students are not coming back to the building, at least right now, until the 19th at the earliest. So I know I'll be teaching remote through mid-February. So I will be off really for four weeks coming up here following this week. But I really kind of wanted to start getting some things back and organized, and I was talking to a friend today, and I've really yet to regain that ability to focus and concentrate and really sit and work for a long period of time. It's never really been an issue for me. I was blessed with, I think, enough energy for 2 or 3 people. I'm very energetic, and I just am not right now. I can't even wrap my head around planning and focusing, and it's really a vulnerable thing for me to admit on here right now, to be honest. It's kind of a scary thing for me to say out loud and to let other people know that this is something that I'm really going through right now, and I hate to complain about it, but it's it's just so strange that I can't concentrate. I said to my friend today, I said, I think it might be a little of a body at rest stays at rest and a body in motion stays at motion. I think my body has been at rest for too long and my mind has been at rest for too long. And so I feel like a lawnmower. I feel like, I pull the cord and it just won't start. Like I sit down and I do a little bit and then I fatigue so quickly and it just won't catch. I just can't, I get started, but then I can't get over the hump to really get into the nitty gritty of work that I need to do. And I don't like to admit that. It makes me feel that this is a weakness of mine right now. And I need to find a way to power through or overcome, but I can't find the magic potion to help me with that. Coffee doesn't help. Nothing's helping. And I don't know if many of you out there are going through that right now. I think a lot of it is COVID fatigue, right? And I have so desperately wanted to be a person that thrived in this environment, even though I would have to adapt and evolve. I always have felt that I have done a very good job of adapting and evolving. And right now, I hate admitting that I don't think I'm evolving very well in this new reality, in this new normal. And I really think it's because I don't want to believe that this is permanent, right? I don't want to plan for things that are still in this COVID reality. I don't want to do another virtual choir. I don't want to do another virtual concert. I want to find another way. I'm weary of that, right? I know my students are weary. And I wish I were more, I wish I was more innovative and had brighter ideas and could think of something that no one's thought of. But I'm too tired. And I don't know if you guys are feeling that way, but I don't think I'm alone in this. And I wanted to share this with you today on this, for those of you that get the Sunday blues when it's time to go back on Monday. I wanted to share how I was feeling in an effort to just let you know that if you are feeling like this, oh my gosh, you're not alone. And I know that I'm not alone in this feeling. And that, to remind myself in this little video diary that I'm keeping and sharing with you, that we'll get through this. And like I said, I don't believe this is our new normal. I think this is our new interim. I think this is our limbo. I think we are on the upswing. I really do. That being said, I do think that we're going to be in this for a while longer. But we know that we have the vaccine. We know that we're all going to get it eventually. Maybe not as soon as we'd hoped, but we are going to get it. And we are going to get back to being together, making music, singing together, theater, live shows, sports. I don't know if you've watched The Prom on Netflix yet, but you need to. It's adorable. But I was very early in the show, one of the characters sings to a Broadway actress that we rely on you. So those of us that are musicians and artists and that bring this beauty into the world, what we do as teachers of the arts, as performers, as musicians, as actors, we provide something very, very special for society. We provide not just an escape, but we provide an opportunity for people to heal. And that was a really powerful part of this silly production. It's very kitschy and wonderful, but that was so meaningful to me to hear as a music educator, to remind myself that what I provide may not be considered a core subject. It's certainly missing from the word STEM, but the arts are the lifeblood of our being alive. And I hope I don't sound too wackadoo on this, but I need to hear this as well as need to remind all of you out there that I needed to be reminded that what I do is not just teach kids how to sing, but I'm putting beauty out into the world. I am helping put healing out into the world, love out into the world. And I hope that I can remind all of those of you out there that are in this field where sometimes we feel like extra, or fluff is sometimes what we're called, that really we are the lifeblood of education. We're the lifeblood of living. And I can't wait till my brain is ready to once again focus on this really important work that I do. So I'm coming to you today and saying goodbye to you a bit fatigued, a bit weary, a bit fearful, but I know that this will pass, and I know it's just today. And if you're feeling the same way, you're not alone. I gotcha. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you next time with some, hopefully a little more light than today. But thanks for letting me share that, get that out, and I hope it helps some of you. So please come back and join me at my Hips Don't Lie with Debora Utley, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Monday.